Tuli mu Parliament, Joel Ssenyonyi Bisekezi, Leader of Opposition, ono ate muzibu Kyagulanyi Yamutuwa nga tuwadde Kilabo bulabo. Anti omuliro guli mu kwaka gwakoledde dda. Abantu abasendeddwa Nansana, Lubigi, bonna abo bebasenze bamenyedde amayumba gaabwe Kawaala awo. Mugagamba muno simanya bali mu ntobazi era Nema ne kalambira nnyo. Ate nga antu waliwo amaze emyaka 4, waliwo amaze emyaka 3 n'abasinga okubulwa ku ttaka lyabwe okusinga nga bajjawo nga Museveni tannaba kufuuka president wa wano, naye ate nga nabo basendeddwa. Kaakati nno ebikolwa ebyakoleddwa Parliament etabuse. Joel Ssenyonyi agikumyemu omuliro ekino kitokota. Abaagala Nema yonna eyiibwe ku ttaka bonna balimu bagobwe kubanga obwongo bwabwe bunafu nnyo bufunda okubanga tebasobola kufaayo eri abantu bannansaba omusolo nga bulijjo gavumenti abantu abo bajjamu omusolo, bulijjo gavumenti abantu abo bajjamu obusuulu ne gavumenti ya Buganda, naye olwaliro ne bakira bumeekezi ne bamenya abantu abo kyokka nga ate ebizimbe bingi byetumanyi ne malls nnyingi nezi woteri nnyingi zetumanyi ezimbiddwa mu ntobazi n'endala nga basenze ennyanja ne bayiwa amazzi ne bazimba woteri kyokka nga byo tebimenyebwa, naye abantu ba bulijjo bamwanayinki bamenyebwa. Petrol station ziri mu ntobazi tezimenyebwa, amakolero g'omwenge kumbucha gali mu ntobazi tegamenyebwa, naye gwe omuntu wa wansi ebyo ebimenyebwa. Kati nno buno obutali bwenkanya ku bannayuganda obutabudde Parliament era nga ne Speaker Anita Amongi awagidde Lopu Joel Ssenyonyi n'agamba ate Joel kyewakoze kya mulembe era abaakubye Joel tear gas abubakeeredde. Kankutwale mu Parliament neweerabire ku mbeera engeri Joel Ssenyonyi omuliro gyagukumye Parliament yonna n'ekyankalana, Parliament nno yonna newangajjiya empya abasenza abantu mu lutobazi bubakeeredde akati nno.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to appreciate you for raising the matter of what's happening in Lubigi, Ganda, Kawala, and the surrounding areas. These people reached out to me severally, including the local leaders, with a petition asking me to come and raise their matter in Parliament. But I said, I don't want to come on the floor of Parliament and speak with not all the relevant information. I didn't want to speak out of ignorance. So I went on a fact-finding mission together with colleagues, members of Parliament from that area, to listen to these people so that when I come to raise their issues, I am raising their issues and not just what I am thinking. And that's what took me together with the team that went to that area. It's unfortunate, like you have said, Right Honorable Speaker, that we were met with tear gas, live ammunition. We had not gone to fight. I had not even gone to tell those who are demolishing to stop. I don't have those powers. I had gone to listen to these people. But anyhow, as you have mentioned, Right Honorable Speaker, I think that government should respond to a couple of issues. One, and as you have rightly said, people settle in an area for years. I met old people. There's a man who says he's been there for over 40 years. People have constructed huge structures and government is watching and does nothing about it. And they settle there for years. And then you wake up now. Why? Help us understand. Was government sleeping on the job and now all of a sudden has woken up? Or are they waiting in a corner and saying, okay, you construct your structures, spend all your money, get bank loans and spend all your money, then we come and demolish? Why are we operating this way? It's important that government responds to that. Number two, Right Honorable Speaker, these people are concerned about the double standards. Right in the middle of that area is a police station. Everything around it has been demolished, except the police station. And so the people are saying, why? Right in the middle of that area is a fuel station. And so they are bothered. They are thinking, why the double standards? They're saying, some actually settled in that area before the police station was built, before the fuel station. And so they are trying to understand why the double standards. Government needs to engage the citizens to help them understand. Because you see, these people are not saying they are lawless fellows and that kind of thing. If anything, Right Honorable Speaker, government acknowledges their presence there. For those that have had business structures and so on, government has been collecting taxes from these people regularly. So government needs to help us understand why operate in this way. But finally, on this issue, Right Honorable.
Love, when you talk about double standards and selective implementation, I wouldn't mind the issue of the police station. But there are places where malls are, and you know this is the what? Wetland. There are malls. You get it, eh?
Right Honorable Speaker, not just malls, but factories and so on and so forth. So they are saying, why is it that what's good for the goose is not good for the gander? So the selective application of the law is problematic. Right Honorable Speaker, I would like government to help us understand, when shall we have a comprehensive plan to organize Kampala and beyond? Because when we do this, touch a bit here, and that kind of thing, Honorable Speaker, there are structures that keep coming up, including now in the city. They don't plan for drainage. That's why when it rains, the city floods, including outside Parliament here. Why? Because of the disorganized.
There's information for you.
Huh?
Infrastructure. Infrastructure.
I'll take the information.
Yes. Why is our road always flooded on the Lugogo?
Right Honorable Speaker and members, I think the Right Honorable is alluding to the report about the construction that was happening in Lugogo on top of the trench. But it says the report was ready, and I think now that we're resuming, anytime from now, if the Speaker gives it space, it will be read.
We are going to give it a space, and we discuss that report, because we cannot build on the trench, build on wetlands. And the leader of opposition, as the head of COSASE, I would want you to ask your chairperson of COSASE to have an interaction with the NEMA and find out what criteria do they use.
Thank you, Right Honorable, and I want to appreciate the colleague for that information and for the work they did as a committee. We look forward to having these engagements. Actually, Right Honorable Speaker, I took the initiative to reach out to the Executive Director of NEMA. And I said, now, let's engage as leaders. One, have you reached out to these people to engage them? And I encouraged him and his team to do so. If anything, I said that should have been the first course of action. First, engage these people. Share your concerns with them. Let them share their concerns with you. And that has not happened. But yes, I will follow up also with COSASE. The final issue, Right Honorable Speaker, alluding to your communication, is about the arrest of our colleagues. We are glad that some steps are now being taken in the fight against graft and corruption. That's a welcome move. Our hope is that this shall be broadened and not just narrowed to a few. However, Right Honorable Speaker, to date, it's been 5 days since the Honorable Paul Akamba, Busiki County MP, was rearrested after a court in this country had granted him bail. Rearrested not by police, because yesterday the spokesperson of Uganda Police Force said he does not know his whereabouts. Last evening, I saw one of the lawyers saying they have spoken to him, but they did not say exactly where he is. It bothers me. Honorable Paul Akamba belongs to the NRM. I lead this side. But you see, it should concern me when the rule of law continues to be eroded, because everybody will suffer. So it bothers me, even if it's an NRM member.
Yes.
Because we are all affected.
I think we shall discuss that when he presents the report. We'll discuss that. But as far as I know, one thing I insisted to police is that if you want to arrest my member, give the summons to me. Because originally, they would want to pick people anyhow. I said, give me the summons. And as I speak, and I have also said, when you bring the summons, want, not on hearsay, that Joel should be the list of 30, those kind of things. No. tell me why exactly you want this person. And the summons, I have the summons, and as I speak now, Honorable Akamba is at CID headquarters answering charges on allegations on another case. But what we can do, let's wait and get a report from the minister.
I totally appreciate you, Right Honorable Speaker. Just finally, we want to encourage government because the law defines what an arrest is. So if they have another matter to do with the member, the law is very clear on what an arrest is, who carries out an arrest, because these were plain-clothed men wielding guns, put him in a car. The same thing we've always complained about some of our supporters. They are kidnapped, put in drones, and some people took it for granted. It is real. It's now happening to a member of parliament. It is wrong. Government, can we follow the law? Because the law is clear what an arrest is. Who does conduct an arrest? When you conduct an arrest, the family and lawyers of this person must know where you've taken them. But if you take them to God knows where, and nobody can follow up, let's stop eroding the rule of law in our country. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Item
Next.
3,
Procedure.
designation of members to sectoral committees in accordance with Rule 187 and 188 of the Rules of Procedure.
Honorable members, Rule 1871 of the Rules of Procedure requires the whips at the start of the parliamentary session to designate members of the sectoral committees on the basis of party organizational representatives and the interest of independent members.
Yoyo Joelo Ssenyonyi bisekezi ensonga azanjudde bulungi, ensonga aziwaddeyo bulungi, ensonga z'abantu b'erubigi era n'olya ne speaker naye nga kimukutteko nga yeebuuza naye lwaki bino biba bikolebwa, lwaki biri mu ggwanga eryaffe eryandibadde litukuuma naye ate nga litudde abaadabudaabazi nga litusaanyawo obusaanya. Lwaki olinda omuntu n'ateekawo obwanana bw'ensimbi n'azimba ekizimbe egaggadde oluusi n'abantu ensimbi beewola neewole, gwe n'ojja omuntu oyo n'omenya byonna by'abadde ataddewo n'otalowooza ku nsimbi z'ataddemu okuzimba structure eyo, ng'oluusi n'ensimbi ezizimba structures ezo ziba zisinga ensimbi ezaagula ettaka ekizimbe ekyo we kitudde. Naye gwe n'otamanya muwendo gwa nsimbi ezo z'oli mu kwonoona nti omuntu ono yazifuna atya, agenda zizzaawo atya, gwe ng'oggwo nti kanyonoone kansaanyeewo. Lwaki temulina mutima gwagala bannansi? Oli abantu babalenga bagamba no gaba nende kanzijemu ebintu byange oba le kanzijemu ebintu bya mukwano gwange bannange taliiwo, nti togeza n'okwata ku kintu nakimu ffe tukola mulimu gwaffe byonna ne babyonooneramu. Ne basajja mmwe bagamba ekolemo tebitta by'enkoko tebitta kamunye. Ne simanyi lwaki enkoko ze zisinga obungi ate obumunye butono. Simanyi. One day mujja kwansalinga olw'ebikolwa bye mukola. Oba ali musirikale baakutuma aliwo headinga operation eyamenya abantu abo, one day you'll answer. Oba gwe ali nga gwe mukulembeze mu biseera ng'olina emmundu ziketodde eno n'eno, one day you will answer. Oba gwe ali okulira nnema ng'oja oli wa kitalo nnyo, one day you will answer. N'olwekyo mubikole nga mumanyi lunaku lumu mujja kubyanukula. Mbagala nnyo mwenna abaliko banange mwebali kubaako dunda lugabana mugachi taffe gwe nsaba akuume tujja kuba tuddamu banange mweraba.